All right, so quick little training update for Mr. Joseph. It's Thursday, about midday. How I always start out trainings is with marker inquisition, which is just a word that announces a moment in time or marks a moment in time that I like something that he does. And for him, that's going to announce the arrival of a reward or food. For him, that's going to show him that this word, I want to create the association that the word equals arrival of food. So that way, whatever behavior he is doing when he hears these words will hopefully take on the good feeling of receiving food. So that way, he is more likely to repeat those behaviors in the future. And there are a couple of different markers that I use that have different meanings as far as what I'm looking for within behavior. So we have yes, good, and okay. Yes is going to be, it's the main one that I'm sorry, you're on the table. It's always one I start out with. What it means is, hey, I like what you did, come take something from me. He does not have to continue to do the behavior. It's just meant to be a quick payout so that I can build in a bunch of reps. So I use it for shaping new behaviors, building engagement, things like that. And then we have good and okay, which are our duration markers. Good is implying, hey, I like that you did that, keep doing it. When I say good, if I'm paying him, I'm going to bring the reward to him while he is still in behavior. And that allows me to build value for him while he is in behavior. And then, oh my gosh, and then okay it just means that the behavior is over. That is our terminal marker. Behavior is done. So for him, I let him drag a little leash guy around, and that is because, I don't know if he does it with you, but he does it with me. He likes to play this little fun game where when I want to do things with him, he kind of just skedaddles off and does his own thing. And then when I go to get him, he runs and I play a game of chase. So I want to avoid that. So he's still kind of getting used to dragging the leash around, but it just kind of shows him how to continue doing behaviors with me, even if he's maybe not that motivated. So like his food drive, at least with me here, is a little bit lower. So I don't have a ton of motivation with him. So I'm trying to find ways to help him want to do things with me, adding a little bit of play while I'm building confidence. I don't want to push behaviors too much too soon, just because I'm still building trust and a relationship with him. That's pretty typical. Yes, there's a man out front. Good job. It's pretty typical for dogs that are a little bit softer and just not as good motivated, right? So the engagement level is something that I really have to work to build. So there's that. So what I'm doing with that yes marker is I'm calling his name, Joey. You're stuck with the leash. Joey, yes, Joey. And kind of just teaching him, yeah, good boy. Through a little bit of frustration of that reward not being super easily obtainable, like he has to run to catch up and get the reward. I kind of want to build that a little bit of healthy frustration, which is going to make what I have to offer a little bit more valuable through prey drive, right? So like the act of chasing it is probably a little bit more fun than actually receiving the food. So instead of just, here's some food and smashing into his face where he doesn't really do anything to get it, he's already not super motivated, so we kind of lose that little bit of an edge. So again, I'm kind of segueing all over the place. The leash is just there so he can't completely blow me off. I don't want to overly rely on it. That's just there to keep him from leaving, but I don't want to always drag or pull him towards me, right? Like I want it to be just kind of there as a needed kind of guy. And I want him to get comfortable with coming into my space, getting something out of it, and then there's no conflict. He doesn't have to stay with me. He can kind of go back off and do his own thing. Not necessarily pacing, but definitely like using, like he's walking around and some displacement behaviors of like, oh, I'm busy sniffing and things like that. I kind of want to help build his confidence by showing him what it is that I'm looking for him to do. So engagement, bringing him into my space. Yes, go away. Counter conditioning. So there's this whole window is glass, so we can see all those scary men out there. And then we'll use duration to help him remain in behavior and show him what our expectations are. We can use the leash in that context to put rules on duration works. Like right now, everything is very much so positive reinforcement. He's just getting all the snacks and the praise and the pets and things like that. And then I'm going to help him understand leash pressure and what it's asking for. So that way I can build reliability in those behaviors. If he breaks out of behavior before I give that release marker, I can say, nope, guide him back into behavior with the leash. When he's doing the behavior, the pressure goes away and then we can go back into reward. But I want to make sure that he understands what that means and what the leash is asking before I take him into environments where he is motivated elsewhere, distracted, conflicted, whatever, and all of a sudden I'm using the leash. If he doesn't 100% know what that's asking, it's going to be an additional stressor that just kind of shuts the whole scenario down. So things like the people walking by the window, if I'm not doing a video and I'm paying attention, ideally what I would do is the moment he notices, call him to me, Joey, mark and pay, and then show him that every time he sees these things, he can come to me and get things out of me, treats, rewards. And then I'm going to balance that later when he's ready with if he does actually make noises and do barkies and things like that, I can use the leash to say nope and help bring him back down out of arousal. But I don't think he's quite ready for that just yet. What are you doing? Joey! Yes! Get me! Yeah, good boy. And using that where he has to try to get it, it builds good work ethic too. Instead of everything just being handed to him, because there's that little bit of frustration, it's going to show him how, or that he has to work a little to get the things. Joey! Yes! Get Joey! Good. There you go. So it's going to motivate him to try things a little bit differently. As far as grooming going, I've been putting him up on the grooming table using that good marker, just because I want him to stay up there. Every time I pick up his legs or manipulate him or run the brush through him, like move his little beard to look at his teeth and play with his ears and things like that, good. I'm paying him for that. It's just, again, counter conditioning, and I want to create a new association to those events happening. So he got brushed today, all those good things. Good. As the behavior, or as I'm doing the thing, that is when I want to say good. So if I pick up his legs, good. I'm marking and rewarding that exact moment right there. Good job, buddy. Good. But yeah, overall, I just want to help him learn how to work through things. He's a little bit more timid, a little bit anxious, definitely very vocal, which is a lot of genetics. So the spiciness, the stubbornness, the vocalizations, typical of a good amount of the breed, which is what makes them so much fun because they're all spicy and stuff. Not all of them, of course, but most of the little schnauzers that I work with, they are not, they like to get you thinking outside of the box, right, bud? I guess so. Yeah, so just working on motivating him, building engagement, things like that, work ethic, all of those good things. If you have any questions, you can ask away. I'm happy to answer anything. Bye, lady. Oh, good job. Very good. All right.